Welcome to the Art of the Chart. So around July 29th, 2026, we have a powerful full moon at approximately 6 degrees and 30 minutes of Aquarius. The moon is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, while directly opposite, the sun is conjunct Jupiter in Leo. This creates a highly concentrated polarity between the individual and the collective, personal creativity and shared purpose, leadership and community. The Aquarius moon asks, how can I participate in something larger without losing my individuality? The Leo sun asks, what am I here to express, create, or lead from the heart? The Sabian symbols deepen this message. There is no 0 degrees in the Sabian symbols, so we read rounded up to the next number. The symbol for 7 degrees Aquarius is a child is seen being born out of an egg. The symbol for 7 degrees Leo is the constellations of stars shine brilliantly in the night sky. One speaks of something new being born. The other speaks of finding our place within a greater pattern. Together, they offer a beautiful message. Break the shell, but do not lose sight of the stars. Every full moon reveals a polarity. Something reaches culmination or becomes too visible to ignore. Leo represents personal expression, creativity, love, courage, and leadership. It is also the part of us that wants to feel fully alive and offer something uniquely our own. Aquarius represents community, friendships, ideals, social change, innovation, and the future. It asks us to step back from personal concerns and consider the larger field. Leo says, this is what I love. This is what I have to offer. And Aquarius asks, how does what you love contribute to something larger? This full moon may reveal where we have hidden our gifts because we were afraid of standing out. It may also show us where a need for recognition has overshadowed our original purpose. Some may realize they have outgrown a friendship, group, audience, or social identity. Others may recognize that their desire for freedom has become emotional distance. The goal is not to choose between individuality and community. It is to bring our individuality into meaningful relationship with the whole. The moon represents our emotions, memories, attachments, and instinctive need for safety. Pluto brings transformation, exposure, power, and the pressure to confront what has been hidden. This conjunction can bring buried emotions closer to the surface. Questions of belonging may become especially important. Where do I fit in? How am I changing myself to remain accepted? Does this group support individuality or does it demand agreement? Aquarius often appears detached, but beneath that detachment can be a deep sensitivity to exclusion. Pluto may expose where we have given our power away to a group, ideology, movement, friendship, or social expectation. It may reveal manipulation within communities or show us where an ideal has become rigid. But Pluto is not only destructive, it is regenerative. This full moon may help us release an old emotional identity or recognize that we have outgrown a role that once protected us. A friendship may change. A community may no longer feel like home. A deeper sense of emotional independence may emerge. something hidden may finally be felt clearly enough to transform. Directly opposite the moon and Pluto, the sun is conjunct Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. In Leo, it magnifies creativity, confidence, generosity, leadership, and the desire to express ourselves fully. This can awaken courage. We may feel ready to share our work, take a creative risk, step into a more visible role, or stop making ourselves smaller for the comfort of others. The Sun-Jupiter conjunction can say, it is a time to stop apologizing for your light. But Jupiter can also exaggerate. Confidence can become inflation. Leadership can become superiority. The desire to contribute can become the desire to be admired. This full moon may reveal the difference between authentic confidence and performance. Are we expressing something because it is true or because we need a reaction? Are we leading because we feel called to serve or because we need to feel important? The highest expression of Jupiter in Leo is generosity, the confidence to shine while encouraging others to shine as well. Because the full moon activates the Jupiter-Pluto opposition, this lunation also raises questions about belief, influence, ambition, and power. Jupiter represents meaning, faith, expansion, and vision. Pluto represents power, compulsion, shadow, and transformation. Together, they can support profound change, but they can also intensify ideology, certainty, and the desire to control the future. This opposition asks us to examine not only what we believe, but what emotional need may be hiding beneath that belief. Are we seeking truth or certainty? Are we empowering others or trying to make them agree with us? Are we following a leader because they are wise or because they relieve us of the responsibility to think for ourselves? The world may be hungry for leaders, but this full moon suggests that leadership can not only be projected onto powerful people outside us, leadership within must also awaken. Leadership may mean speaking honestly. It may mean questioning the group. The Leo sun says, your light matters. The Aquarius moon says, everyone's light matters. The Sabian symbol for 7 degrees Aquarius is a child is seen being born out of an egg. A child emerging from an egg suggests something new that cannot be fully explained by the past. This symbol can represent a new identity, a new form of consciousness, or a possibility that has not existed before. It reminds us that we are not required to repeat everything we have inherited. At this full moon, something new may be trying to emerge, but for the child to be born, the shell must break. The shell may be an old identity, an emotional defense, a social role, or a belief about who we are allowed to become. With Pluto conjunct the moon, this breaking may feel intense. We may have outgrown something that once protected us. The symbol asks, what is trying to be born through you that cannot emerge while the old shell remains intact? The Sabian symbol for 7 degrees Leo is the constellation of stars shine brilliantly in the night sky. A constellation is formed through relationship. Each star remains distinct, Yet together, the stars create a pattern that can guide and orient us. With the Sun and Jupiter here, we may be called to recognize the larger story of our lives. What values guide us? What visions help us navigate uncertainty? What role are we being asked to play? There's also a caution. Leo can want to be the brightest star, and Sun conjunct Jupiter can make us feel larger than life. The constellation reminds us that we are not the whole sky. Our light matters, but it exists in relationship with other lights. Our lives may become more meaningful when we stop asking only how brightly we can shine and begin asking what pattern our light is helping to form. These two symbols together create a powerful dialogue. Aquarius says, something new is being born. Leo says, look for the larger pattern. Aquarius breaks the shell, Leo follows the stars. Together, they suggest that real change is not simply rebellion against the past, nor blind loyalty to tradition. Something new may need to emerge, but it must be guided by values deep enough to endure. Break the shell, but do not lose the stars by which you navigate. To understand where this full moon may feel most personal, find 6 degrees 30 minutes Aquarius and 6 degrees 30 minutes Leo in your birth chart. The houses containing Aquarius show where emotional truth, freedom, transformation, or a new identity may be emerging. Because the moon is conjunct Pluto, this house may also reveal where you are confronting questions of power, belonging, release, or psychological change. The Leo house shows where confidence, creativity, leadership, visibility, or expansion may be developing. Because the Sun is conjunct Jupiter, this area of life may be asking you to grow, express yourself more fully, or take a more generous and courageous role. Always read the two houses together. The 1st and 7th houses emphasize identity and partnership. The 2nd and 8th involve money, self-worth, intimacy, and shared resources. The 3rd and 9th concern communication, learning, belief, travel, or worldview. The 4th and 10th highlight home, family, career, and public life. The 5th and 11th focus on creativity, romance, children, friendship, community, and future goals. The 6th and the 12th involve work, health, daily habits, rest, and inner life. This Aquarius full moon asks us to hold two truths at once. We are each unique, and we are each part of something larger. Something new may be trying to emerge through us, a new identity, creative direction, relationship with community, or understanding of leadership. The shell may already be cracking. We may not yet know what the new form will look like, but perhaps we only need enough courage to release what has become too small and enough wisdom to remain guided by what is deeply true. As this full moon approaches, you might ask, what shell have I outgrown? What is trying to be born through me? Where am I ready to become more visible? And what larger pattern is my life helping to create? The future is not shaped only by distant leaders or powerful institutions. It is also shaped by the quieter leadership within each of us, by the choices we make, by the communities we build, and by the light we contribute to the constellation. Thank you so much for joining me. I would love to hear where this falls in your birth chart and what this full moon seems to be illuminating for you. Until next time, keep looking for the larger pattern. Wishing you much peace and love.